You know, it's doing a lot, but not enough. Okay, it's actually kind of going somewhere now. They have the potential to do something quite interesting, and I think on to another one that, while no one has rated, I imagine will not be put pretty highly. NOWZ, Ignition. Got a little bit of Yuki on the first track. I'm a huge sucker for, but Cube entertainment production, it's not always that great in my opinion. You know, they have interesting choices. Yuki was actually on this. I guess she produced it. I tend to do like Yuki's production, or at the very least her writing. I'm also guessing that that's a lot of the members, which, you know, you love to see. But yeah, let's just fish right in. Okay, this guitar is recorded incredibly well. I wonder if Yuki will be in the music video. Probably not though, right? I'm liking this. You know, it's doing a lot, but not enough. Like, it has it there. It has the capacity to do it. It just didn't reach its high. I'm gonna guess Yuki will come in after this chorus. No, maybe in the bridge? But like, it's fun. I just, I wish it was doing a bit more. It's very simple, which is just K-pop, you know. Can't really do much about that. I doubt Yuki will be able to come in and save it, because I already enjoy it enough to want to listen to it again anyway. No? Where is she? Is she even on this? Oh, maybe she's not on the, oh, there she goes. Yeah, she's on the bridge, okay. I mean, she sounds great, but I don't know if her inclusion there was really necessary. Like, I wonder if she, wanted the opportunity to produce the track, and then, in doing so, just had the idea like, oh, my vocal could do really good here, and then just added it, and then they were like, oh yeah, that sounds good, because she's not there for enough to make that worth it, in my opinion. I would have rather they did like a handoff thing where either A, the members and her were singing at the same time, or like B, where it does literally switch, where she'll have a verse, like a whole verse, not just a bridge. But I suppose the issue there is, obviously it's NOWZ, and as far as I'm aware, that's the title track as well. So having Yuki have like a large presence on that probably wouldn't be, not necessarily acceptable, but I imagine fans might be like, okay, come on, this is their debut. Why are you here, Yuki? You've already been here. And as well, G-Idol aren't exactly in the best of terms with people at the minute. Got another music video for Everglow though. I wonder if this is maybe a pre-release single or something. Seems like they're focusing more on like a rocky vibe for this group. But yeah, we got like a kind of like rock trap song. You know, like a little more grunge on those guitars. This could have actually been a pretty fire chorus. Same with his vocal. I wish there was a lot more grunge on it. Like vocal fry. There's not really any vocal fry here. Okay, it's actually kind of going somewhere now. But yeah, man, they needed some more vocal fry on that. Well, they didn't need it, but I think it would have been really good if he was like distorting his voice a lot more there. Because like they're clearly going for this kind of like alternative rock, maybe even a little bit metal, but not really. Like if you were to consider this metal, it would be the tamest metal on the planet. I mean, maybe I guess alt metal, but like it's at that bridge between rock and metal, but it's also got the K-pop spin on it, so it's even less of both of those. Like it's almost kind of like Youngbloody in the way that he makes rock music. Like, not that I'd want him to strain his voice, but I really wish he was kind of like actually kind of growling these vocals, because it's kind of harking on that like punk style of delivery, especially here. Like this would work so well as like a metal song. Like if you actually had like metal vocals here, like not necessarily like screamo vocals, but a lot deeper, a lot growlier. Who's this? Who's it? What? Hello? Is that maybe a fan? I bet it'll be a fan, won't it? Someone who's rich. Okay, we're going a little off the rails here. I don't know what the production choice here was, but yellow. Yeah, I'm not feeling this one. The beat isn't selling this enough, I don't think. It kind of needs some like distorted electronics, I think, to smooth that transition between the instrumental in its current state and their vocals. I don't know if I like this or not. It's sort of growing as it goes on, but like I don't know if I get tired of it quickly or not. It's also quite a bit of a switch up from what we had before. You know, we gone from this like kind of pop rock to alt rock, and then now we're in, I don't know, like I guess like EDM trap. I think this progression could be a bit more interesting as well. I feel like I've heard this type of progression before. So the thing is, they've got electronic elements in here. They're just not. For that one, I really like the chemistry between I don't know their names, but the last two at the end there. Like that end bit there, I wish they actually played on that a lot more. Do you know, that is one thing that's quite interesting with K-pop in general. Obviously, a lot of groups have +4 members at minimum, but like the handoff between members, it's rarely ever there. You know, like when you're developing a K-pop group, you're sort of, unless you are like completely going for an absolute contrast, where it's like you're a rapper, this section is going to feel different. vocalists tend to sound quite similar. At least you try and aim to get them in a similar sounding state. Obviously, that's probably a factor of the training processes that go through in different companies. Obviously, a lot of different idols have, like a YG singer, someone in YG or the Black Label, for instance, they have a very obvious sound to their vocals. You hire people in that sound, and typically you make music in a specific sound too. But in regards to groups, it's rare that you're kind of evidently saying, here's the other person that's singing that. And like at the end here, we see that working in quite an interesting way. Obviously, I don't think that would work, like especially this exact style of doing it would work for multiple genres, right? For instance. But I would like to see, especially for rap sections, people handing it off, or at the very least at the end of a rap section to another singer when it leaves the rap section. And as well, because like one thing I'm realizing in saying this is like when you have those videos that are insanely viral where it's like color-coded lyrics, the only reason you need that is because you can't often tell who is singing. And in my opinion, that's kind of a bad thing. Like I think I like more groups that I can tell who's singing. I mean, I have like very distinct and different vocals, you know, where you can go, that's Lily from NMIX, that's Sully from NMIX, or like you feel that's Changbin, that's Felix, you know, like. And I think, yeah, even saying that, thinking back to whatever the feature survival show was, when JYP was saying like, you want to find your voice, like we don't want to change you. And I think more companies should do that, you know, like it is very true that everyone has their own unique sound when it comes to a vocal. And while I understand the preference to homogenize that, especially in regards to pop music, because, you know, you kind of want it to sound cohesive, I think there definitely is a benefit to having unique people, especially in a genre like K-pop, where, in my opinion, the idols matter 10 times more than the music does itself. And with that in mind, if you can make the idols matter more in the music itself, then you make the music matter more. And taking an idol that has a very unique vocal, like, and yeah, when someone with an incredibly unique sound comes on, you immediately identify them. You don't think, oh, who's that again? Like, it's almost instant. And ideally, you should be aiming for that for pretty much every group, in my opinion. But with a whistle, I'm not a fan of that. At least in the way that they used it, it was kind of there and then gone. We got a lot of interesting elements, which I'll take. I'm not sure how I feel about this like muted bass that they've got going now. This build is also very simple. Okay, no, there's electronic elements are quite cool, but there's no cohesion between anything here. This is like really messy. I might drop that down. Maybe not there, but in the instrumental. Maybe enjoyment as well. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this. You know, I put that in 15. I might drop it down to 10. Yeah, I think I'm just kind of a fan of those electronic elements. I don't think that makes it unique though. Like, we're not really going anywhere with this one. What was this beat switch up? Why are we in like a kind of R&B thing? I mean, maybe it's just going to be a bridge, but if it keeps like this for a while, I don't know what the plan was there. I'm going to have to assume that is a bridge. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be. Why did we drop the clap out there for a second? We've done it again. Yeah, I don't know if we needed that first set of claps. We could have got rid of that entirely. Maybe even the second one as well, or at the very least half of it. How many people worked on this? Oh, that was 9. Oh, this is the 9 music one. Okay, we got some more pleasant vocals there. Yeah, I like it so far. I think I'll keep it there. But I do imagine this one's going to be quite safe. Okay, where are we going, lads? Nowhere? Okay. Yeah, this is the chorus, isn't it? Damn that. Yeah, I'm not sure on this one, guys. You know, I might even drop that down to 10 for enjoyment. It's just, it's kind of like not really a ballad, but a ballad with extra steps. You know, standard debut score, if I'm honest. Especially from Cube, they have a kind of storied history with mid-releases, you know, like 55, 23, 63, 69, 53. You know, it's just very safe. I'm not sure on this NOWZ. I think they have the potential to do something quite interesting. And I think under Cube, Cube are obviously quite, let's say, divisive. They allow their artists quite a lot of freedom, as far as I'll say. You know, like G-Idol, in terms of K-pop anyway, are very, like, not anti, but they have a lot for, like, Koreans and not, well, at least Korean males to dislike. But in the same vein, a lot for Korean females to like. And I think, obviously, Soyeon produces all of their stuff. And I'd like if NOWZ were to focus a bit more on the rocky elements here. You know, they have quite a wide gap or a niche in like alt rock and maybe even occasionally metal. And I think, oddly enough, like Korea in general is kind of in an arena where the sentiments often focused on in like punk rock would do quite well and maybe grab quite a bit of the male fan base that Cube might be lacking at the moment. Because, yeah, but I don't know. We'll see where they go from here.